Okay, what we're going to do now is switch back to window number 1. That's along the status line of your screen. It'll say the Market ICI World Network. You're going to switch back to database number 1, and you should be back to our training program on the red page that says Search Database 1. Are you there? Now I'm going to go down to number 6, which was Search Database 2. We've now covered that. Database 1 and Database 2. If anyone has any specific searches that you want to do for something special or to find things, you just let us know and we'll help you even after today's session. Any questions on number 5 and 6 in the information Tuneup document that's on the screen? Let's move on. Now, if you have not tried to do any referrals, you are missing opportunities to do business. If there's one thing that's better than listing and selling real estate, it happens to be referrals. Why? Because they only take 5 minutes to do, and they average $5,000 to $10,000. The only reason why brokers and salespeople do not do referrals is simply because they never get the leads. Now you've got a whole series of leads that you can work on. Let's move on to number 7. Subscribe to receive the haves and wants for your area in Database 1. All right, let's everyone switch back to window number 2. And click on Get Haves and Wants by Email way up at the top. Get Haves and Wants by Email. And then on the left-hand side, you could click on My Lists. And everyone should be on a minimum of 2 lists. Okay, Pierre, I'm going to use you as an example if you don't mind. It's excellent. Thank you. Click on the word subscribe, please, on the left, Pierre. Go down to the business area and choose USA. Go down to the bottom of the page and change the number of results to 100, please. And search the database. 84 come up. Go down to the very bottom of the database, the very, very bottom. The very last one says USA All. But you're not really interested in USA All. I think you're more or less interested in Florida. Most brokers are interested only in their state because that's where your license is. Is that correct? Okay, so let's go back up to the top of the page. And instead of trying to find Florida this way, hit the back button once. Actually, you're going to have to click on subscribe again. I'm sorry. Click on subscribe again. Choose business area USA. And then choose Southeast, subcategory of USA. Now choose Search Database. Go down to the bottom of the page and you'll see USA Florida All. Put a tick mark under Digest. Digest is the second column, the one on the right. If you chose email and there was, say, 10 new listings today, you would get 10 new emails. But if you choose Digest and there's 10 new listings today, you will only ever get 1 listing, whether there's 2 or 10 or 20 listings in it. So Digest is the most popular way to go for your own state or province. Do not select anything else in your state or province or you'll be getting duplicates because everything will go into that one. Your name and email address should already be there. If it's not, put it in. Click on subscribe to select it. And USA Florida All should be one of the ones that come up for you. Yes. You're now going to receive the new listings in Florida as they become available. Now click on subscribe again, please, This time go down and change the property type to for sale by owner. Now only members can do this. That will not appear to non-members. Property type, choose for sale by owner. Did you click on subscribe on the left? Choose property type for sale by owner. Do you not see it? Good. Click on login. Okay. For those people who don't see it, you'll have to click on login on the left. Once you've logged in, you will see for sale by owner. Search the database the way it is. 17 will come up. Is that correct? Go down to the bottom of the page and put a tick mark under for sale by owner USA for the digest. I'm waiting for you. Have you got that, Pierre? You just put a tick mark under for sale by owner USA. Just one tick mark under digest. And for those in Canada, you could choose Canada. If you want both, choose both. Click on subscribe to select it. And there they are on the screen. In your case, you should now have two lists on the screen here. Now, there are other lists like World $1 million and up, USA $1 million and up, and plus you could also search keyword searches as well, and there are choices on the left. But let's now click back, please, on window number 1. Back to the red presentation document where we're on number 8, where you subscribe to receive haves and wants from the public. So we've done number 7 and we've now done number 8. If you're not subscribed or having problems, just give us a call and we'll help you. Okay, unless there's any questions, are there? We shall now move on to number 9. Now, number 9 is adding links to your homepage. First of all, everyone on our service should have a homepage. Homepages are free. They're included in your membership. It's your storefront to the public. These are professional websites, professional real estate websites, amongst the most powerful on earth, and they're included in your membership. If you don't have one, all you have to do is to ask us for one, and we will send one to you. It's included in your membership. We shall explain later in segment 4 how we're able to do a $5,000 to $10,000 looking website included in your $240 a year membership. Now, on your website, there are some very special links that should be installed on your website. I'm going to go directly to number 10 to where it says sample websites. And I'm going to go down the page a little bit and click on see samples. You don't have to do this if you're listening online. I'm just going to do it to show sample websites. And I'm going to click on one of our members, Tom Long, only to point out that there's 3 items that you definitely must have on your website. Otherwise, you're missing opportunities to do business. The first one is your province or state. So whether it's Florida commercial, Missouri commercial, Ontario commercial, you should have that button on your website. Why? Because thousands of choices will come up for people of listings, and when people click on, say, the latest listings first in your area, they cannot click on these message numbers. That means people will call you with a number, and they're going to say, Roger, I was on your website today. I'm interested in message 158879. Can you help me? And if you've got your number displayed on the screen, they'll pick up the phone and call you. And when they do and ask you that question, you should simply say, yes, I certainly can help you. I will have someone call you back. And then what you're going to do is call the other broker who's got that listing and say, I have a lead for you, is a 25% referral fee okay with you? Now, you can ask any percentage of referral you want. This is just a guideline. We're suggesting that, but it's up to you what you want to ask. Those are 5-minute phone calls. They're averaging $5,000 to $10,000 and more. If you also check other items on your website, you should have a World Commercial button on your website as well that show all of the listings in the world on your website. You are part of a world brokers network where people can literally click any place in the world, including Europe, for instance, and maybe if they want to find properties or even office buildings in Europe, you can click on that and a list will come up on the page, and there's choices there where you can make connections to do deals. And it's really all about connections. Sometimes it's not about the listings at all. The listings help identify the people with whom you can do business with. For instance, if you happen to call someone and the property happened to have been sold because they didn't mark it sold yet, can it benefit you to find out how much that business sold for, or that building sold for? If you call someone on one of these listings and the building happened, say it was a shopping center and happened to have been sold, can it benefit you to find out how much it sold for? It certainly can. Secondly, is it possible that because that person deals in shopping centers, that maybe they know about other shopping centers not available on our service, and you can talk to them, develop a business relationship, and you might be able to go off and maybe sell something else that's not even on our service? But it was the listing originally that helped put you in touch with the people that you can do deals with, wasn't it? So in other words, it's a little different from residential real estate. In our case, some people say, geez, you got some older listings, or you got some listings that have been sold. And part of the problem is that all our members are responsible for looking after their information. And really, it's the responsibility of every member to look after their information. But we all know that 90% of some of the old listings are responsible by 10% of the people who are maybe not updating their information like they should. That doesn't mean that you can't do deals. Lastly, is it possible that if you have a good relationship with one of these people, that maybe 2 weeks from now they find a shopping center that suits what you're looking for, they remember you, call you back, and you go off and do a deal? Is that possible? You bet it is. So in other words, it's not the listings that are most important on our service. It's really all about the people. The listings help identify the people with whom you can do business with. You should also have a residential buttons listing on your website. Even though you might be a commercial broker, if you got a call for someone who was inquiring about, say, a $3 million home, would you mind doing a referral to the broker that's got that $3 million home? In Tom's case, Tom Long, who is a commercial broker, he says, you know, if I got a call on a $3 million listing, the heck with a referral, I'm going to go try to sell it myself. So there's a case where you can provide, because of your license to trade in real estate, you can have these listings on the screen when people call you. If they're in your own state or your own province, you can go sell them. If they're not, do referrals. If they're out of your market area, you can do referrals. So those are the 3 buttons that you should have on your page. You can also have a button to your own personal listings on your page as well. When you click on that, these will be the listings that are on ICI World. And these listings, of course, you can click on them. Why? Because these are maybe your own listings and you don't mind people seeing this kind of information. Other material defects that people do have, for instance, if people do click on residential listings and if for any reason they can see addresses on the screen, then you haven't got your website structured where those addresses are hidden.